everyone, and welcome to the Art of Intuition, not podcast. Oh my goodness, where am I at today? I am Susan Jane, and we are doing intuitive flower readings this week. Get my head in the right spot. Heading away to the UK in about 3-4 weeks' time. And I'm away for 4 weeks. So if you do want to have some flower readings, I'm actually going to record these, so we've got the charts and we know where we're going. So if you do want to get a flower reading while I'm away, you can do that by just popping 4 numbers down between 1 and 100 in the list, and I will put them in for the weeks. So for when I'm away, for those 4 weeks while I'm away, you can still get a flower reading and the moon chart reading and things like that. So that's going to be fun. Say good day if you're here, and I will actually put it in the right spot so I can see it. All you need to do is pick pick an image or pick a number between 1 and 100, and I'll do a flower reading for you. So easy peasy. And it's your intuition picking it, not mine. I can do the card shuffle. I've got all the flower images here. I've got a deck of them. I can do the card shuffle, but I want you to pick the flower image. That's what it's all about. So, hello, number 4, please. Yes, Facebook user number 4. I can do that. I will start with you, actually. I've got another one there I've got to do too, but I'll start with this one. Hi, Sal. How are you going? Oh, actually, no, I won't start with that one. I'll do number 4 first, but I am going to actually talk about the moon cycles. So, Sal, I was just saying I'm going to be away for 4 weeks. If you do want to, I'm going to record for the next 4, not in the next 4 weeks, for when I am away, I'm going to record these. So if you do want to get a flower reading, it will still come out at the same time. It'll be pre-recorded, but I can do your numbers. So give me 4 numbers while I'm away for that 4 weeks, and you will get a reading each week then, so we don't miss out. But this week it is all about, we still are in the waning crescent. So we're still heading towards the end of, this cycle, and we head into the new moon. Now, we head into the new moon on Thursday, Friday, depending on whereabouts you are, of course. So up until Thursday, we'll say up until Thursday, we're still in that last quarter. So we're in that waning crescent. The moonlight obviously is decreasing. We've only got this little slither now. The soil is absorbing the energy and it draws it down. So when we're getting that sort of aspect, we don't really want to be overexerting ourselves at the moment. We don't put goals out at the moment. We are more about the self-love, the self-nurturing aspect. It's time for a break. And we've got that until Thursday. So stay with that for this week. I had a massage yesterday. Oh, it was nice. I needed that. But all that type of aspect there, looking after ourselves and not trying to go too far forward, not trying to do too much, not trying to push anything until Thursday. On Thursday and Friday, when the new moon comes through, that's when you head into the waxing crescent this time. And this is where the moonlight then becomes increasing. The soil starts to release that energy, and energy is drawn up. So it's all about increase now. We've had a reduction up until Thursday, but after that, over the weekend, we head to that increase. And this week, it's all about belief and our health. So we're looking at health goals. And we're going to be looking a lot more at the leaf aspect. So it's planting leaf crops. So things like cabbages, Brussels sprouts, lettuce, any of those sort of leafy crops that you grow for the leaf is the great time to plant this weekend, okay? After Friday, we start to plant those sort of things. So when we're planting those leaves and those seeds, we can also look at the same in planting our goals for the following time. So after Thursday, Friday onwards, you can start to actually seed some of your health goals. All right, that's what we can look at now. So over the weekend especially is all about health. So, great, Sal. I'll write them down so I know, but they'll come in line for your four while I'm away. Okay, so that's what we're looking at now. So I'm going to focus a little bit more on the goals, the leaf goals, so the health goals for this weekend, see what we need to do, because that's what it's all about. Self-love till then, and then health goals we're looking at. And it's funny because after having that massage yesterday, that's what I was focusing on. It was like, okay, I really need to get back into this. I'm not looking after myself as well as I normally would do. So I want to look more into that. So, doing my exercise and I'm doing my yoga, but I'm probably not eating as well as I used to, especially when I was on the crop farm, on the 90-acre organic crop farm. I was eating very well then. But anyway, where's my other thing gone? All right, so what I want to look at now, the first thing I want to do is bring forward this image. I want to talk about this image because it was sent to me during the week. I'll give you a bit of a backstory on it. Let me show you the image first before I start doing some individual readings. Now, I am sharing this on here because, to start with, this was from, this is a friend. I'm not using any names in this one, but it's from a friend who is a doctor, and he was having, some issues. His wife was having some issues. Now, she's a doctor as well. And I said, and he wanted a bit of a reading, wanted a bit of an understanding. Now, I don't mind doing this for nothing, but I have been really busy knowing I'm going away. So I told him to ask her to choose an image, a flower image, because it has to come from her, not from him. And this is the flower image that he sent me. Now, I haven't had time to do a reading for them because, like I said, it was a freebie, so I just have to be really mindful of my time at the moment. And so I thought I'd put it up here on this one. So you've got an understanding of the backstory. So his wife, who is a doctor, is just asking about career in this, and they're having some things happening there. So when I'm looking at this image, the first thing I look at is that the flower itself is looking down. So it's looking down more into that physical elements, not looking up into a more of a spiritual side. So when we see things like that, I start to go, well, what this lady is actually doing is focusing on the physical aspects of her career, what it's bringing to her physically, which often is the case. And I mean, we look at the aspect of going into a career because it's bringing us money. But the difference between a career and a job, obviously, is the job that brings money, but a career actually helps with the passion and the drive, and it's probably more in line with your true core purpose. So looking at this image, I just feel like I want to flip the whole image upside down. So she starts to look more at the spiritual aspect of her career going forward, not just the physical side of what it's bringing. And I feel that that's where she's getting unstuck. When we are changing jobs, when we're losing a job or something to that effect, we do go into that panic mode of, oh, where's the money? Where's this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And unfortunately, we forget to look at the other aspect to it. And obviously, when we're going through all this drama and trauma and look, honestly, the crap that we go through, it is hard to see a positive to it. But again, with this image, I just feel like flipping the whole lot up and saying to her, stop focusing on the physical side of things and start to look at the spiritual side of things, the positives to what this changing career or this change of job is going to bring you. The other aspect I wanted to really focus on is the leaves. Now, when we look at the leaves, they are everywhere, and the leaves are our guides. So with this, I feel like she's being almost inundated with advice and support and guidance to the state where it's just overwhelming. There's so much there. And especially when we look at this one, this is a main area in front of her. It is so strong, this guidance or this advice, that it's actually stopping her from seeing the big picture. So my suggestions for this lady, who, like I said, she is a doctor. It's not like she's, hasn't got opportunities there, but my advice is to get this picture, print it out and flip it and start focusing on the positives that this change of career can bring. You will still be supported. You will still be supported. You just need to flip it. And then take on consideration the advice you're getting. It's okay to have all this advice. You don't have to act on it all. So look at how it's going to help you in a more spiritual context. So that is for that side of it. And as far as a career and anything coming forward, she has got no problems when she starts to focus on the more positive way. So that is that image. Let's remove that one. The next one was, I'm going to do, hey, Sal, what number did you have for today? You've got 4 numbers. Give me a number for today, because those 4 are going to be for later. I'll do them for later. So give me a number for today, Sal. I'll do number 4 for this, the Facebook user first. And here's her image. And then I'm going to do yours, Sal. Oh, funny. Thought we're at 6 and 7. Okay, no, hang on. I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. Okay, so here it is for the Facebook user. Hello, who said hello, and who is number 4. All right, so when we're looking at where we're going this week, I'm bringing over a bit more. Okay, so we're looking at your health goals this week. We're looking at that sort of an understanding of it. And the thing about this one and the photo, the picture before it, the picture is looking up. So the flower is looking up. So this person, although they feel like they're grounded and they're very low in the picture, which means they're very much more in that physical realm, they are looking up. They are looking for help and guidance in that more spiritual context, especially going forward. Now, I can see with this image, there may be a few tears shed this week, unfortunately, but there are always tears to help. Tears will help us clear and move on. So don't be afraid to shed those tears. Don't be afraid to shed these tears and move on from there, because this image is you're really putting your heart out. You're really putting it out there for the world to see. And that can be very challenging sometimes, especially when you're not getting the reciprocant, the people responding back to you in the way that you feel that you may deserve. But again, it's not really about that. It's about you being open, you allowing it to happen, and you still keeping your eye on the prize, which to me, it seems a lot more of a spiritual type of thing. And when I say spiritual, a lot of that's involved in our emotions. It's not part of the thinking. So when I look at an image, we look at the bottom part as that physical, the middle part is that mental, and the top part is the spiritual. And emotions are connected with the whole lot of them. But I see emotions as one of the main things the spirit area will use to instigate direction in where you're going. When we think about spirit can't necessarily touch or taste or smell, but they can help you with those feelings and the emotions. And people get feelings and emotions mixed up. Feelings are what you're feeling and from the spirit, and emotions are how you're acting it out and what you're doing. So when we look at these, I sort of see you're getting these feelings from spirit, from spirit up there. And you're probably, and the tears and everything else is more of that physical nature. And it's a form of release. So let it go. So this weekend, I can see you doing a little bit of tears work, a little bit of work there, but allow it to go. Don't hold it back. There's no need to. Allow it to go. You will feel better. You will feel relieved after it as it goes through. And you have got some guidance down here. Now, this is of a masculine nature, but to me, it seems a little bit tainted. So be warned that this guidance that you're going to be receiving may be somewhat. When I say tainted, it could be heading to one way more than the other. So they may be trying to, they give you the advice they want to get you to go in a certain direction. So just be aware of that. The advice isn't bad. The advice is good. It's just how it's coming across. It could be a little bit skewed. That's the word I was looking for, skewed to one side. So that is yours, number 4 for the Facebook user. And now I am going to do Sally's. Now for today is number 38, Sal. Okay, cool. I'll hold on to those other numbers and I'll use them as I go through, because I'm going to probably record 4 of those while I'm away. Here is yours, number 38. Let me share. It's pretty. It's got a lovely smell, this one. Hey, whoops, there's more comments. I keep forgetting about this. Thank you, and have a nice day too. Thank you. Okay, so yours, Sal, where am I going with yours? Okay, so scent is a very, very strong one in this one. But why is that coming through? It isn't. Why is that coming through? Okay, let me focus back on where we wanted to go. I wanted to look at your health side coming in this weekend. You're very, okay, so what it's saying is, now I know you, Sel, and sometimes it's hard to read for people that you know, because I know where you're at and what you're doing, or well, to a certain degree. I can see this one as very, very independent, very, very strong, very, you've got this weekend where it's like, it's all about you. Now, even though there's other little flowers in there, like see these little ones here, the whole concept of this image is that it's all about you and everything else gets blurred into the background. So when I look at it as far as a health goal or anything like that, yes, you need to take care of, that you need to be aware there's others around you, but I want you to be really focused this weekend as we go into the health aspect, after the new moon, and when we start to look at those health goals, to be really, really focused on you, because very often we can get caught up in what everybody else is doing and being that carer. Oh, hi, Bex. Being that carer and that guide and helping others, we can get caught up in all that emotion. I want you to just be really mindful this weekend. It is all about you. Now, yes, there's going to be other areas there, and do those and achieve those and be with those if it suits you in the whole. Okay, I need you to stand up away from the background and let the background blur and be as it is, but stand up and be counted. There's something happening this weekend that don't fade into the background. You need to be stand up and you need to be there. And it's going to be a bit of a challenge for you. It's almost like, okay, this is how I'm sort of feeling it. It's almost like, say you were doing a talk, you were going on stage and you were doing a talk, or you were doing an event with a few other people. You may feel a little bit insecure or unsure of yourself. Know that you've got this. Now, it could be the same with your health area. You may be finding people around you are sick and everything else. Know that you've got this. Stand up, be there, be that bright shining beacon that you normally are. And it's all about you this weekend. So if somebody invites you somewhere and you're unsure of it, it may affect your health, it may affect something else, don't do it. If you don't feel it's right, don't do it. And it may have something to do with in the past, because when we look at this image, because it is the lavender, we look at that nostalgia behind it, because scent is one of the last things scent is apparently the last thing, scent or sound. It's one of the last things you lose, but it's something that can bring in the strongest memories. So there could be something along that line of it too. So that is all there. Right, I think that's yours, Sal. I've got those other 4 numbers from you that I can do while I'm away in the UK. Good morning to the doctor. I have already done your flower, so yours is already at the beginning. And now I am doing Bex for number 32. Oops, let me get rid of that and find your... Sorry, the computer's decided to go slow. Hang on, number 32. Oh, I like this one too. This is one of my... I've got so many favourites. I should have so many favourites. Right, here we go. This is number 32. This is for you, Bex. Okay, and as I've said earlier on, I am away for 4 weeks, coming up in about 3 weeks' time. If you want to put 4 numbers down, I'm going to be recording these before I go away, so they'll be posted up. No worries, Sal. So if you want to put 4 numbers down, I can do that. This week it is about, we're hitting the new moon and on Thursday, Friday. So up until then, we're not making any goals. We're not planting any seeds. We're not doing anything from there. But after Friday, from Friday onwards, we are actually planting our health seeds. So it's all about health for the waxing crescent. Yeah, waxing crescent. Well, I get confused with all this. Okay. Just pick a number between 1 and 100, Ward, and I will actually get you a flower image if you like. And the good doctor, I've already done yours, unless you want to put another number in for yourself. But this is yours, Bex. It is number 32. And what we're looking at with this one, we've got these beautiful... So this is your main goal. So say this was your main health goal, and we're looking at getting there. Now, this is an everlasting daisy, and so we know that this goal is a long-term goal that you've got. So this is a long-term goal you've got, and that's sort of sitting there. You have got another one coming through too. So if it's all about health this weekend, I would be focusing on something that's more of that long-term aspect of health, not that let's just do this and like, you know how some people have an incident. I want to lose weight, and so I'm going to do this crash course. This is not one of those goals. Thanks, Ward. I'll do yours. This is not one of those goals. This is more of a long-term goal. So this is something that you need to be able to sustain and hold on to. So if it was something like, I want to drink 2 liters of water every day, that's something that you can sustain in a long-term aspect. So it's something that that's got a long-term aspect to it. Sorry, there's messages coming up. It's throwing me a little bit. So when we're starting to look at your goal there, and we've got this lovely little spider. See this little spider right in the middle there? So when we're looking at your sort of your goal there for your health goal coming over the weekend, be open and honest about what's happening with you there, because the more you verbalize it, the more you're open and honest about it, the more understanding you'll get from it, the more clarity you'll get from other people. So when we've got these goals, we can sort of go, okay, well, this is what I want to do. But when you start to look at other areas there, you will get and talk to other people about it and be open about it, you will get more ideas and more people will be able to help you. So that's this health goal that's going forward on it. Also this weekend, so it's all about guidance this weekend too. Sorry. So it's all about getting that understanding, self-love. I've lost my other thing. It's all about, we did self-love this week. It's all about self-awareness. That's what it is. So this weekend, because we're going away this weekend, this self-awareness is going to be really, really important for you this weekend. You're going to get a lot of aha moments as you go through till next Thursday. You're going to get a lot of these aha moments coming through. So it's really, really important to stay open and stay aware of it. And you've got another goal coming through here too, which isn't as open at the moment because you're not really sure of it. So although you've got one thing there you want to really look at, there is others there, and there's been some in the background. So that's yours, Bex. Again, if you want to put down 4 numbers, I'll put them forward. So when we go forward for that, I am heading away in a couple of weeks' time. So where was my next number? I've done Sal's, done Bex, I've done the doctors. Now, Ward, you're number 88. Let me look at yours, Ward, number 88. Oh, you're going to love this one. All right, so we're talking, where is it? We're talking about, we're heading into our health goals. We're heading into self-awareness. We've done self-love this week. Up until Thursday, it's all about self-love, not setting goals. From Friday onwards, we do set goals. We're setting health goals, and it is about self-awareness. And when we look at this picture, Ward, I took for my book. So that's the actual front of my book for this picture. That's why I've got it there. And then I added a little extra bit to it. So that's what that picture is. So this one holds quite dearly to my heart as well. So when we're looking at your goals coming up, like adding those goals for your health areas, this is really, really open. And look, the sunflower follows the sun. I'm not too sure if you're aware of it, but it drops its head at night and it actually follows the sun as the sun goes across the sky. That's what yours is all about, following the sun, keeping yourself in the sun, keeping yourself warm. But the health benefits of being in the sun is so important to us. And I know, like, I'll be sitting in my office here and it's a bit cold in the morning because I'm not getting any sun in this side of the house. I'll go out to the other side of the house or go and grab a coffee, and just to walk in the sunshine, it just is amazing, especially this time of year if you're in Queensland. If you're in another place, I'm not too sure how it goes for you, but here you really notice the difference. And the warmth on your body, the warmth on you, it just builds that energy up. It just makes you feel alive. So for this weekend, get out in the sun if you can. If you can get out in nature, that's the really, a really good way to do it. But what this image is also saying, now I don't know whether you can see it properly, but it's actually in a vase. It's in a specimen glass. So it is actually a cut flower. And we can tell that there's no background. Okay, the background is blurred. So when we're looking at that, it's like I'm sort of suggesting to you that, or your intuition is suggesting, you don't need to be concerned about what has happened in the past. You need to be looking at going forward here. But because this is a stem that is cut, you may be feeling a little bit uneasy, like you've got itchy feet, like you don't feel like you belong, or you don't feel like you're grounded. All the more important to either be walking out in the nature, walking in the beach, especially if you've got no shoes on. That's a really good idea. If it's freezing cold, maybe don't do that. But it's all about you getting yourself back out into nature because you don't feel grounded at this moment. Now, that could be just a temporary thing, or it could be something that you're looking more long-term to do. You may be keen to start traveling again, or you may be keen to move, or you just feel a little bit unsteady and you don't feel secure or stayed in your spot. So it could be as simple as moving apartments, anything like that. So there's that going on in the back of your head there. So follow the sun, and hey, that might mean literally, move states, move countries, move continents. I don't know, but it is saying that you need to be a little bit more out in nature because you're not feeling very grounded at this particular time. And as far as advice, if we're looking at self-awareness, is really have a good look in your heart there, because it is open, it is there, and that would probably be more about having meditation or a bit of time to yourself as well to really connect with your heart there. Probably best in nature, I would suggest. So that's yours, and I just keep on bringing the beach up because of the beautiful yellows, just like the beautiful yellow sand that we have here. You may not have it where you are because I'm not sure where you are. But that's yours, Ward. Okay, make sure your health goals are there. Now, the doctor, I haven't shared the link with you. It is not in your inbox. It is actually on this video. You have to wait until I finish and go back to the beginning of it. So it's all yours. Was the first flower reading. I put your image up. So the doctor sent me a flower image. I hadn't had time to do a reading on it. So that was the first one. And I'm happy to do that. If you want to send your actual own flower image, I'm happy to pop it up here, but you need to give me time to do that. So because the doctor had given it to me last week, I was able to put it up here. So he has got that there. Next one is Samantha. Where am I up to? Samantha, scammer, go away. Okay, Samantha Smith, apparently you're a scammer, so go away. Sally said. No worries, Bex. No worries, Sal. No worries. I forgive very fast things that happened in the past, but I cannot forget. Okay, well, you don't have to forget. You can forgive. That's all there is to it. You don't need to forget. Things that have happened to us for a reason. Now, you don't have to forget them. The situations that I've had, Andrea, all you need to do is, sorry, I'll be back with you in a ward. Andrea, all you need to do is pick a number between 1 and 100 and you will get a flower image reading. So Ward, when things happen to us, they've happened to us for a reason. You don't have to forget them. Yes, you do need to forgive them, because if you don't forgive, you'll hold on to it and you take it with you. When you forgive, you let go of that emotional connection. You can still remember it, but you can let go of that emotional connection. And I've done a lot of that with the situations that I've gone through. I've experienced out-of-body situations, near-death experiences, and different things like that. And I remember in one particular case, the most horrific case, I was forgiving as it was happening. And if you can forgive when it's the sooner you can forgive, the sooner you can move on. But you don't need to forget. It's not about forgetting. It's about forgiving. So you're doing really, really well. Thanks, Ward. Okay. Andrea, you can get a card, but I don't do cards. I do flower readings. So what I can do is jump on my phone here and do a random one if you like. And that way I'm not picking number because I don't like picking numbers. That's your job, not mine. It's your intuition that's meant to be picking this, not me. That's why I don't do the cards at this particular stage. So what I'm going to do, Andrea, yes. That's your number 35, okay? This is just a little randomisy thing I've done. So that's number 35 you've got. I will do a quick flower reading on that because number 35. Oh, isn't this funny now? We had an everlasting daisy before. Here's another everlasting daisy. But this is different. Now, when we look at these flower images, when we're doing the flower readings, we can look at the way that the flower is presented. When I took a lot of these flowers and I took it for the book, so I could write the book, when I took these flowers, sometimes I took them in a portrait format and sometimes I put them in a landscape format. Now, the reason behind that is because of your motivation behind things. So with this, the motivation behind your health goal would be of a negative nature. Now, when we say of a negative nature, there's two ways to motivate people. We can to be motivated, I should say. There's the positive way to motivate and there's a negative way to motivate. Majority of times we get motivated in a negative concept. We've got a problem and we want to get rid of that problem. So we're motivated by that negative situation to get something better. When things are going well in our life, we don't often look at being motivated to do anything else. Like if I'm happy with my weight, I won't look at weight loss if I'm happy with it. And it doesn't matter how big I am, it's whether I'm happy with it or not. So I might not look at weight loss unless I become to the state where I'm not happy with what I am. Now, whether that's big, small, medium, doesn't matter. It's the fact of whether I'm happy with it or whether I'm not happy with it. So that will help us motivate. The positive way of motivation is usually where somebody they're not having a problem, but they can just see something that's better over there or something that they want to achieve. And so they'll go for that. And that's how a positive form of motivation is done. In this image, we're looking at it's more of a negative motivation, which means there's a situation there that you're not happy with and you want to go forward with it. You want to move and you want to change. Now, when we're looking at this particular goal, this flower goal it's an everlasting daisy. So again, it's not something that's a quick fix. So if this is your health goal, when we're looking at this at the end of the week, heading from Friday on to next week, if this is your health goal, then you need to look at something that's more long-term. A health goal is not something that you want to do. This health goal is not something that's short-term. So it's not like I said, if you go back to diet again, it's not like taking shakes and getting rid of that, the excess weight. This is more long-term. This is more about getting a structure or schedule together. It's about understanding and learning how to go forward with this. So if this was a health goal if this was a mental health goal, it's more about a long-term aspect. So it's not about taking a pill to fix it. It's about getting deeper and getting a better understanding of where you want to go and what you want to do with it. So that's sort of how we're looking at that. Again, it's an everlasting daisy. And it almost looks like it's sticking the finger up at me there. I don't know about you. It looks like flicking the bird at you. And it's almost like saying, you know what? You've got this. Stuff what everybody else is saying. You've got this. If you want this enough, you will sit down and you will focus on it this weekend. You will start to put these things in place and you will go forward with it. Now, the other aspect we're looking at next week or going into the weekend and next week is all about self-awareness. So again, this is a long-term thing and this is where you can actually achieve what you need to achieve. So that is yours, Andrea. I don't know if I've said it. That doesn't sound like. Look, there's too many letters in there for that to be Andrea. Anyway, I've probably pronounced it wrong. I'm shocking with names. I do apologize. So that's it. That's all of us for today. I will go forward from there. Now, like I said, I'm away for a few weeks. In a few weeks' time, I'm away over the UK, heading to the UK with my 92-year-old dad, which will be exciting. If you want some readings while I'm over there, I'm not going to be doing live ones. I'm actually going to be recording them all next week or the week after. If you do want one, put down 4 numbers, and I will do that over the 4 weeks that I'm away. So they'll be pretty quick, they're pretty succinct, and I'll just pop them out there. So at least you've got something to look at when it pops up. I just wanted to keep the momentum going, so hopefully we'll get it that way. Thank you for everyone who jumped on, and there was a few newbies, but I didn't see what their names were, because you have to give StreamYard permission to use your image and your name. So that's sort of that area there. The other thing I wanted to say, who have I got on this weekend for the podcast? It is, we've got Stacey on this week. She's from Sydney, actually, and she is an ex-police officer, detective, actually, who dealt with a lot of trauma, and not just her own, but a lot of people she had to help with going through trauma and areas like that. So it's called Create Lifelong Healing by Releasing Trauma and Fear. Can't see all the words. By releasing trauma and fear from your body. So jump on and have a look at that. That's on Thursday. That comes out on Thursday. And that's pretty interesting too. And she's an Aussie lady, which is nice. And I think that's all. Oh, if you do want your own personal flower reading, just jump onto the link and you can get one from me there. It comes in video format. It also comes in a written format too, so a PDF. So you can download it, and you've got the video there to look at. So that's me for today. Have a great week, and I will catch you all next week. Bye for now. Oops, where am I going? Wrong one. Bye.